my daughters, my brother and sister, my helpmate, my beloved Rebecca. And above all, to my helpmate, my beloved Rebecca. Most invaluable helpmate to me. Nothing that I'm doing in my political career today that I do not share my thoughts. There's nothing that I'm doing in my political career today that I do not share my thoughts and feelings with him. Got to where I have, and I have no doubt that he's an important part of the reason for the success that we obtained yesterday. And that is my running mate, Mahamudu Bawumia. And one of the revelations of this campaign has been his dynamic, eloquent wife, Samira. I owe her also a great gratitude. So thank you very much. Stay calm. Radio, television, let's wait for the formal announcement of what we have done together. And then we can begin to move Ghana forward to a higher and greater destiny. Thank you, and may God bless you.
The moment at the residence of the NPP presidential candidate, and he's also called for calm, also having held on to that particular position that his of the conviction he's leading, and would rather wait for the certified results from the Electoral Commission chairperson being the returning officer for the presidential results. So we wait for that. So but that's what has been happening now. And also we are aware of the ongoing press conference at the NDC headquarters. We started with that, and you also heard what Johnson Esiedun Ketia, who's addressing that press conference at the NDC headquarters, has also been saying. He's General Secretary of the NDC, and talking before we cut through to also what Nanado was saying. Let's go back to the NDC headquarters now and continue with Johnson Esiedun Ketia.
My good
that has been the General Secretary of the National Democratic, Johnson Esiedun Ketia. He's been a bit evasive. He's been a bit evasive as answering some of the questions. One on the turnout in Volta, and then also on whether he thinks that John Dramani Mahama is going to be surviving under an opposition majority for that matter. These were some of the concerns. He's been a bit evasive on answering it, ostensibly because he says that, well, per the agreements they've had at IPAC, they're not supposed to be discussing the figures until the Electoral Commission officially releases them. But then he said that they are confident that the NDC will emerge victors. Komla Kluche, TV3 News.
Cloche there from the headquarters of the National Democratic Congress. Komla, thank you very much for that update. So that is Johnson Esiedun Ketia talking. You're still live here on your election command center. We are the specialists. Stay with us. We're going to go for this quick break. We'll be back shortly with a lot more analysis of what the NPP and the NDC have been saying after Charlotte Osei's address. We'll be back shortly. All right, and you're welcome back to your election command center, where the specialists bringing you all the details coming through right after Madame Charlotte Osei's address of the press. There's been swift reactions and responses from the NPP and the NDC. You heard Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. They talk about the fact that he remains optimistic, but still going to wait for the Electoral Commission chair to come out and declare the exact result. And he's talked about the other candidates, Nana Konadu Agyemang Rawlings, Jacob Osei-Aboa, Edward Mahama, Papa Kwesi Ndum, all calling him to congratulate him already, and he says that they are going to be an integral part of what he intends to do. We're going to wait for all of these as it pans out. The NDC has also talked about the fact that in an event where that is assuming that they do not have majority in parliament, but they win the presidential, they will learn from the experiences of other democracies that do not necessarily have a majority in parliament, but have also a hold on the executive. Will be an interesting thing to also look at. Let's see how it pans out. But let's cross over to the command center now, and Bright Nanafo is standing by with the rest of the distinguished guests there. My name is Alfred Okanse. Pakwesi Asare will take over shortly. But Bright, please take it over from the election command center.
As we continue our conversation here and hope to see Pakwesi later on. My guests are associate Nana Todati, Nia Ayikoto, and Mr. Kwame Janto, all of them here, and they saw the press conferences. Let me begin with you, Nana. Now, the two, Nanato's press conference. Let's wait, let's keep calm, and wait for the results. Then Mr. Sidun Ketia says, keep calm, wait for the results. That, for me, is what Ghana needs at this time.
Well, yes. I think that you probably will have to add the EC's own request.
Right.
Which is the beginning. He said she needs more time. And for me, she gave all the reasons why she will need time. Because the challenges are both from the EC itself, their own challenges, equipment challenges, and then challenges arising out of the parties themselves. You see, so the problem was it's all inclusive. It's not like somebody wants to delay. And then, really, if you look at as I said, the EC's reasons are quite cogent and tangible. You said, give me 72 hours. Even when
which was agreed at IPAC.
Which was agreed at IPAC. And really, seeing where she's even going, I wouldn't be surprised if she may need a little more time. But let's keep to the 72 hours. Then you come to Mr. Seydou Katia's intervention. Initially, it's like, why is he coming to disturb the hornet's nest, But as he rolled out, it became clear that he was out there to cool tempers. It doesn't matter the political thing, but just to pipe down things. Look, let's wait for the EC to announce. And he added, whatever decision they come up with, we abide by it. I was pleasantly surprised to see Nana Addo himself, run ahead. And this is all that we've been saying this afternoon, isn't it? We've all been saying that, look, this is a country which has stayed on, had 3 elections in one go. That's the main election, a rerun, and a third one running into from December 7th right down to, I think, January 2nd or so. We waited 1 month. We waited. Why the rush? This is a country where we went to sit in court for 9 months. Waiting for validation.
Talking about who get the chance to
really, go ahead. So I think that this is a country that has a lot of patience. We've shown resilience, and really our democratic credentials will even fly higher. As the key proponent, that's the NDC and MPP, at the tail end of the day, when it seems that we're going towards the brink or heading towards a brink, there will be a standoff between the NDC and MPP supporters down there. The leaders come out and say, halt, let's meet. I think that we should commend the EC. I think we should commend the NDC and its leadership. I think we should commend Nenado. We should commend all the big players. And I think that we should also commend those, all of us here who've been pressurizing that let's wait. It makes sense to wait because the cost of not waiting could be disastrous for this country.
I see.
This is the only country we have.
Exactly. But then in that context, you will be a bit worried about the Peace Council's position on this, where it says that the EC should come out and release the results.
Yes, I think that the Peace Council could have done a lot better. I know where they're coming from. You know, they earlier in the morning had come out, I mean, the chairman had come out and condemned, you know, the intervention in the day, in the earlier intervention by the NPP. So you could see some kind and condemned, you know, the intervention in the day, in the earlier intervention by the NPP. So you could see some kind of balancing act to appear to be neutral, you know, in the sense that, oh, okay, let's give them time, but you two hurry up, you know, that kind of thing. I think they should have just stuck to the law. The advantage of law is that it creates certainty. That is it. It creates certainty. If you know that you have 72 hours to wait, you don't run away from that. You just give the person 72 hours to operate. I've told you that for me, the area of interest is transition. And really, you can have the best election in the world and botch it with a poor transition. We need patience. We need time to go through this. It could be the chance for anybody to become a president, but it could be the time for this country to go into flames. But I know that good sense will prevail, and this country will move on. It doesn't matter who wins the election. I said, Katel said it. Well, let's wait. You know, I think that Nenado, for the underpinning, you could sense it, that's the point he was making. Right. That, look, we are ready to wait for the result. But he was, of course, addressing his people. Those in leadership should not lead those who are their followers into doing anything untoward. Everybody should go back to his work. Just relax. The EC has delivered a near perfect authenticity, the integrity of the EC, and for that matter, the personnel therein. I think we have a system, and we are very proud of our system. And I'm very proud to be a Ghanaian today, to hear the leaders, you know, the key leaders, taking us away from the point, the brink of, you know, I mean, what the brinksmanship. It doesn't pay anybody. It's dangerous for all of us.
And I'm grateful. The accuracy over speed, that is the language of the Electoral Commission. Then you go to the NPP, says we need to calm down and give the EC time to work. Then the NDC says, we're okay. All we're calling for
Hello and welcome to your Election Command Center. My name is Pakwesi Asari. Ever since the 6th of December 2016, we've been covering this all-important election. We've been here since 2 days ago up till now, and we're going to be here till a new leader is elected to steer the affairs of this country for the next 4 years.